Yo, thank you for tuning in to No Flag Radio. I'm your host, P. Got all kind of shit. Good seeing y'all. Today we talking about how the only protection for black LGBT is the black community, the black unit. So, I want to start this off with a certain foot up the ass for people that aren't aware of this little happenstance we saw happen out in PA a couple of days ago. Let's go to a few things. Let me do a few things right fast. Let's do this. Make sure the Chizat is on Tizap. There I go. Okay. So there was a video that came out, went viral, of two black women. They haven't released their names, or the sisters have not identified themselves. They say they don't want to be identified now, but one is 25 years old, one is 27 years old, and they was getting beat on by these, I'm assuming look like some Arab motherfuckers, at an Exxon gas station on Brighton Road in PA. So we're going to take a look at that video real quick, and I'm going to give a quick synopsis on it, and we're also going to touch on a few other things. Let me get to it. Got a few people watching, that's good. Everybody in the chat, but okay. 1 second, y'all, 1 second. Let me run to it. Here we go, there's my screen right there. Okay. And get y'all's take on it as we watch it. I guess we could watch it let's watch it from the beginning, because I don't think that people really grasp things unless we watch it from the beginning in a lot of cases. You gotta see it from the start. Alright, here we go. Hope y'all can hear that.
I've got some money lucky. You can get my plate number. Shit! Don't you fucking Wait, she in there wrecking shit down. Can't miss her. Get out the way of this shit. What the fuck? Get out of here! Get out of here! Get out! Macy! Macy, shake it. Give Mace the shit out of his ass. Shake him. It's cool. I got the whole thing on camera. Y'all going down. I got this shit on camera. I got y'all. Y'all cool. Y'all going down. I got my shirt. Go ahead, because I ain't got ahead. Go ahead. Silk, I don't. Nigga, y'all messing with the wrong ones. Silk. Go ahead, yo. We ain't grabbing gas.
Alright. So we saw that, right? Saw the crap that he's pulling, right? Let me get to my chat. You saw how the punk motherfucker is punching on girls, right? Clearly, one of the sisters is a stud. I'll touch on that, but just watch the activity. We seeing what's happening, right? Right? Motherfuckers wonder why we gotta have shit like Tyrone Muhammad breaking down buildings, and we gotta have the community galvanizing around these different businesses and different entities, and your Ed Bucks and all of that. People wonder why we gotta make a net for all our people around all kind of entities. I bring up Ed Buck because his motherfucking ass, his ass just got hemmed up. Finally, he just caught another body. And they finally arrested his ass. Shout out to the sister Jasmine Kennick. She been on it. She been on this case going back to last year, I think, with the first victim, Jamel. And you know, we'll see how that goes now that they've arrested this dude. But identifying as LGBT, or even just looking at the LGBT community, we're seeing right now that they don't have no protectors. If you black, there's no protector class in LGBTness if you black. And just the group as a whole, like if you really look at it, the whole group, they don't have a extensive history or a long track record of putting themselves on the line to protect black people. Think about that. They don't really got a dossier that speaks to that. Just like other groups. They don't got no record of putting themselves on the line and putting their game on the line for black people and black people in their little group or whatever, no more than any other group of people out there. Alright? Black people, I need y'all to realize, you black LGBTs, y'all gotta realize who you got around you on the side that you playing on, because it's us in the straight black community that gotta defend y'all. Just cut and dry, point blank. We the ones that's gotta defend y'all. Alright? Y'all saw in the thumbnail how I showed that Exxon where this incident happened. Let's just say permanently closed. Shit was shut down within a couple of days. Got that shit shut down. Right? So everybody that was talking that, well, man, what boycott gonna do? We had the coons already coming out. What boycott gonna do? That motherfucker says permanently closed. You know what I mean? And of course, my way to do it is, you know, hey, look, burn that motherfucker down. So the whole energy center is extracted from the globe. I'll be about that shit in my mind, is what I'm gonna say to y'all. Alright? But just think about it, man. Even situations like this, you know, we're talking about LGBT having protection. Think about this situation where the sister is clearly a stud. The sister in the black top was getting her shirt all pulled with the dreads and all that. She's clearly a stud. She's a black woman, though. Period. I told you about what these foreigners that own these shops think about black women. They approach black women the way they handle and abuse their women over there in their home country. They treat black women like they treat their wives. That ain't the way to have it. That ain't the way it's going to be going. Alright? And, you know, again, I didn't hear many people speaking up trying to come with that shit. Oh, she's a stud, so she want to be a man. And I didn't hear much of that crap yet. Maybe I'm just not in the right circles yet in the social media world yet. I haven't went down through the World Star comments yet. We might come across some bullshit. But I'm saying, like, I don't care what this chick think about herself. She's LGBT. She look LGBT. Come on, man. We know what that is. She's clearly a stud. But I don't care what she think about herself. You know what I mean? She got a pussy. Keep that shit real. Dice got pussies too. Dykes got good pussy too. I ain't even front, man. I knocked down my share of dykes, man. The fuck, man. They got good pussy too. Ain't no fronting. But I'm saying, like, we gotta defend our sisters, period. Somebody gotta defend the sisters, period, whether they LGBT or not. And gay as a community and LGBT, they don't got a front line of gay soldiers. Where the gay soldiers at on LGBT side? They ain't never came out. They ain't never said we about riding when something happened to LGBT people. We ain't never heard them. We don't ever see them. All we see is the flimsy, flamboyant motherfuckers. Where they at though? I be wanting to know, like, where they at? Where they at? You know what I mean? I'm just saying, this whole thing to where this shit got shut down, this was a community effort that shut this gas station down. That's what I'm saying. There wasn't no LGBT coming to the rescue. Put that shit together. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what up, Johnny? Be good. So are you for segregation? I don't know what you're talking about. Antoine Downs, what's good? West Asian men are nothing but cowards, just like every other non-black male group. Okay, Johnny Be Good says someone has been smoking a little too much, so it looked like it might be you we talking about. It might be you talking about, Johnny Be Good. Well, since I don't got no mod in the house, let me show you what I do. Show you how shit go. Johnny Be Good. Yo, you got a burner? You got a burner account? Johnny Be Good, you got a burner account? Another account you can go to? Because that's how that shit go. You know what I mean? That's how that shit go. I might take some calls today and let people call in. So you might want to call in if you're mad that you just got kicked off the set. But just understand that. Like, where the soldiers at? Where the gay soldiers at fighting for these women? I'm just saying. LGBT, I just want to make this shit clear right now. That LGBT, that doesn't lend black people the protection that others get in the LGBT community. And it's a shame that a straight person got to talk about it. But that's what the fuck it is. Maybe I'm out the loop. You know what I'm saying? But where the fuck is Trey Melvin? The motherfucker who be disrespecting black men on YouTube and on Twitter all the time. Disrespecting heterosexual black men all day. Where's the Malik Yobas? The Terry Cruzes, members of the LGBT community like them. The motherfuckers members of the LGBT community. How they carry themselves, we already know. They're members of the LGBT community when you come to my channel. Where they at? Speaking up on this issue that happened to this sister. Where they at? Where was they at in the protesting element of it? Where was they at in the boycotting element of it? Where was they at in the proliferating the video, making it go viral? Where were they at? These motherfuckers who openly disrespect black men, heterosexual black men every day, warrior type niggas, but on their side, they don't even got no warriors. Where they at? Where's the blackout? Why they go blank on issues like this? I'm saying, where that blackout? You know what I'm saying? What that blackout shit like? Huh? How that feel over there? Y'all blacked out over there. Why? Why y'all not riding on behalf of y'all people that y'all be soapboxing for, what y'all really be trying to exploit them so y'all can get clout? But where y'all be at though, for real though? That be my point, you know what I mean? Where's y'all protectors over there? You feel me? My man Antoine Donald says those cats are mad Sambos. Not doubts. This gives me no doubt, I guess. You understand? Right now, the LGBT men, black LGBT men, they over there so afraid to be on the outs of the mainstream narrative about LGBT, which is still one of white supremacy and one of victimizing black people. Ed Buck is living proof of that shit. That's evident. They don't want to be looked at as on the outs so bad. They basically just neutered, do nothing motherfuckers on black people's behalf in y'all community. You'll see what I'm getting at. How come Malik Yoba ain't talking about this shit that happened to this sister out there? Why? I say because that whole issue, the whole scenario of it at a gas station in a black community. It was a black community. Everybody vouched for it. It was a black community. Everybody that spoke up, but yes, a black community. From my research, it's a black community. Arab store owner beating up on somebody black. The whole issue was so glaringly black. It's so glaringly black of an issue, and he obviously is neutered away from protecting blackness. Your Malik Yobas, your Trey Melvins, your Terry Cruzes, they're obviously neutered away from protecting blackness as they be over there trying to act like they're defenders of the LGBT community. Who they over there defending though? Huh. Why the sisters ain't the one that come in their mind first before anybody? Yep, bitch motherfuckers, hoe ass motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Just put the shit together. My man's Antoine Donald say sorry for the typo. Nah, I'm with you, man. I'm with you, bro. No, I'm with you, man. You are our game streaming, says salute. Okay, some game streaming individual. What up? What up? Black Man 903, what's good, bro? Good seeing you. He said that's not they fight. Fighting for black women, LGBT or no, that's not they fight. I can hear that. I can hear that. Black Man 903. That sounds believable, bro. Straight the fuck real. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers are obviously neutered away from protecting blackness. They just say, fuck it. Let's let the straight niggas defend LGBT women. Like, fuck it. We so gay. We so pent up on gay and trans and playing these little whatever the fuck world we in, playing in that world, playing them little games or whatever the fuck, whatever. So much into that. Fuck the black women, we'll let the straight niggas go and handle the black. Man, come on, man. How you gonna have us protecting our women and being vocal and protecting y'all women too? I'm not saying they are women too, but I'm saying like, come on, man. You basically leave out. You leaving out. Y'all want to do a trade-off with this shit? Y'all trying to do a trade-off where we protect the straight black women and the gay black women, and then y'all just leave the straight women and y'all leave the straight women and the gay black women? Like what? I don't get it. Like I said, man, the LGBT community of males, they are lacking soldiers. They have compromised the front line of black soldiery. I've spoken about this on Twitter before. I've tweeted about this before. They've compromised the front line of soldiery when it comes to blackness as a community. They need to be checked on that shit, right? And this is just another instance where we seeing they lacking. It was a community effort. It was the people that galvanized around them sisters to get their situation, somewhat handled right now. What they gonna do? They said it's right now they got it at assault charges for these motherfuckers, which is, I don't agree with that. Simple assault or assault, that's a misdemeanor. And what, like, it depending on how, if you hit somebody or how you hit them, if you could slap somebody, a slap or what is this, like a slap or anything that's kind of like less than a punch, basically. I know a slap in particular, right? They call that simple assault. That's a misdemeanor. This is more than a misdemeanor. Yo, what up, Niche? What's going on, Niche? Good seeing you, Miss Lady. A slap, you know what I'm saying? That's assault. That's a misdemeanor. That's some old bullshit. So what they trying to do, or from what I hear, what they trying to do, DA is, they are trying to reason if they should go ahead and make it aggravated assault, which it should be. That's a felony. You know what I mean? I think with simple assault, it's like they base it on if you leave a mark on them. If you don't leave a mark on them or some shit. That motherfucker that was slapping on the sister, he was kind of smart. I think he probably know about simple assault because he came in, you saw him slapping. In the video I played, y'all saw him slapping her on her back, slapping her real hard. But he was slapping her hard as a motherfucker. And if he left any mark on her, then that's grounds for aggravated assault. But I'm saying, like, he was probably thinking about simple assault charges. He probably went through all of this shit in training. Like, when the black women come in here and you want to hit them, make sure you slap them. So it's simple assault. So it's a misdemeanor. And all, motherfucker, they did a lot more, though. They did a lot extra dirt. Aggravated assault is, goddamn, they can get up to 10 years in jail for that shit. Out in PA. It's up to 10 years in jail and a $25,000 fine. And it's a felony. So I'm saying, like, motherfucker, let's do that shit right. Keep that shit real, DA. We're going to be watching this case just to see. Like, come on. But, you don't know. For all these LGBT spokespeople, want to get back on these motherfuckers. They trying to put themselves out as crusaders of LGBT. They're going to have to come face to face with that this world that we living in, it deals in race-based mistreatment harder than it deals in gender-identified mistreatment. That's the overarching point I want y'all to sit on, right? Soak on that shit, right? That's what's happening. That's what black LGBT people and everybody that want to be a crusader for them, they are very soon going to have to come face to face with that. Because racism and white supremacy is ubiquitous. It's ubiquitous. And Neely Fuller's compensatory code for systematic white supremacy and all that, that book that he wrote, and like the little preface or like the description of the book, he's like, man, you know, racism is not some occasional nuisance. It's not some occasional thing or an occasionality that this society deals in. It's a network of white people who are committed to maintaining and refining this system as a terrorist organization. Okay? Understand that. He also said the primary way white supremacy is practiced is through deception. So they can deceive all you LGBT people to think that you all kumbaya, interlocked pinkies, and it's all love. And the motherfucker, they got you. They already got you. They gonna run you through all types of fuckery because you already think they not your enemy. They gonna run you through all kind of shit because you already got your guard down thinking shit cool. That's how they work. Who don't see this every day of their life? That's how white supremacist society work. Once they think that they can play you with the, hey, bud, hey, buddy. Once they think they can play you and do that police talk, I call that police talk. When they come to you, hey, bud. Oh, yeah, that's that police talk. That means you're ready to try some bullshit. Or you just got to doing some bullshit and you want to try to see if it work on a motherfucker like me. Or whatever, right? When they do certain things, right, they wire themselves up and hype themselves up and power themselves up to do certain things, right? In the name of white supremacy, in the name of white supremacist society and white supremacist activity, right? Don't sleep on that. Just in this case, the LGBT people, what I want to get to roundabout is that they have made black people think that they got friends in them. Watching this video, I don't know what disproves that more than some shit like this video. But I'm saying, like, or should I say the lack of fervor from the whole LGBT community. We'll get to a couple other things that are really going to point it out for y'all. But just the lack of fervor from the whole LGBT community on behalf of these women out there that was getting beat up and beat on. That should show y'all that y'all don't got no friends. That's really what's happening. We know the LGBT, we know they use blackness as a springboard so they can dive into their issues when they're presenting their different agendas to the public and the politicians. They try to pad their arguments for all LGBT under shit that black folk fought for under traditionally black relegated issues. You understand? They use the acts and laws that were explicitly defined for us, and then they use that as a springboard to pad LGBT. You know, saying they all on some usury shit with us. I want black LGBT people to peep it out like this. You understand? They not reciprocating the energy that come this way from Bear Down said, what's good, P? Yo, what up, Bear Down? What's good, man? Good seeing you, bro. They not reciprocating the energy that we done put out. They just using us like everybody, like these other groups, these immigrants, these dreamers, whoever the fuck, all these other motherfuckers. They springboarding off our issues, padding all of their issues with our affirmative action, with our voting rights act. I'm saying all this different shit that presidents and lawmakers across years have outlined just for us, just to keep y'all on tap with it. If y'all forgot, they on some usury shit. Then they not about protecting back. They're not about giving no reciprocation for the shit they use off of us. That's my point. Anti-lynching legislations. That's another thing. Just think about it. Put it all together. All the shit that we've laid out a footpath for, and we've laid out a trajectory for, they padding their issues with it in the public sphere. And when they try to present their agendas and this and that, the different people that's going to push for them. You see what I'm saying? All while swinging off our nuts. But on the back end, if you black, you don't get no protection. You get beat up in the street. It be black folk that got a crusade for you after you done got beat up by some Arab motherfuckers at an Exxon. It be black folk. Not Malik Yoba. Not Terry Crews. Not Trey Melvin. Not Me Too. You understand? This is my message to LG. I need to change the name of this shit. The message to LGBT, goddammit. On some message to the black man, black fellow. I need to switch it on motherfuckers. Whatever. I mean, whatever to get the point across, right? Since ain't nobody touched on this video. I haven't seen anybody give a commentary on this particular video yet. While we talking about what LGBT black people are afforded and not afforded, rather, I'm going to give y'all a glimpse into this. You know, a couple days ago, they had this LGBT conference in Iowa with a few of the presidential faces or whatever. A few of the presidential candidates. And they asked them certain questions. I watched this thing just on the cuff. I just seen it. I was like, man, let me watch this shit. I didn't really think nobody in new black media was going to even watch it. I didn't think nobody was going to pay attention to it. I didn't think nobody gave a damn about it. I was just, you know, watching it for my own edification. But actually, Tariq, the boy Tariq Nasheed, he actually referenced this little summit, a little group meet, in the scope of the video that I started this cast off with. In the scope of that video. So let me show y'all a few highlights of what was said there. To all my black LGBT people, I want y'all to note the lack of the black agenda that was being talked about. First of all, they didn't mention black folk not one time. I want y'all to note the lack of mentioning Democrat Ed Buck. This was a Democratic event, with all the little presidential candidates. It was Biden, it was Kamala, it was Gabbard, it was Warren, it was Castro. And none of them mentioned Ed Buck not one time. They had different questionnaire people come up and sit with each person individually, give them questions. Didn't nobody mention Ed Buck. Okay, just put it together. Black LGBT, why you over there thinking you got a friend? Okay? I'm saying, like, no black agenda, no mention of Ed Buck at a Democrat summit on LGBT rights and laws and acts and things they supposed to think they gonna do when they think they gonna make the presidency type shit, right? Let's look at a few things. Before I do that, let me do this real quick. Hell, they just as racist as the Klan in a lot of cases. This is Black Man 903 talking about they just as racist as the Klan in a lot of cases. Guess you talking about the LGBT? You talking about? What you talking about? Yep. Believe it. Do this real quick. Make sure y'all support the Make America Pay Again collection. Shit, fire. But yeah, the first question they brought up was to the dude, Joe Biden. It was like, Joe Biden, yo, what you gonna do in your first 100 days of being in office? And the motherfucker was like, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sign the Equality Act. That's the act that says, you know, no discrimination is allowed on the basis of sex, gender identity, or whatever you call yourself, on some sexual gender type shit. It's all just sex, gender, LGBT type frame shit. He said he's going to sign the Equality Act. He said that LGBT are more likely to be arrested because they're kicked out of homes and they're on the street. More likely to get arrested. So we're gonna try to help LGBT, homeless people and all of this shit. And what he meant to say was, if you black and LGBT and on the street, you're more likely to be arrested. You see, these other groups, man, they don't get harassed on the street like we do. Other groups, we talking about blackness being a trigger for this type of shit. Joe Biden, he don't want to mention blacks. He's on that benign neglect trip, okay? Let's just understand that, right? Motherfucker, it's black folk that get harassed on the street by police, by these race soldiers, because race soldiers mostly fear that anybody that ain't black can afford representation, and they'll clown their ass in the court, and they'll clown the fucking city attorney. They'll have the city attorney tied up in lawsuits. They see this type of shit. I've been harassed by police on the street just for being black, and because I didn't have money at the time for the big long discrimination trial and all that shit, they got a chance to get their nut off just by me being black. This is what you face when you black, right? This is what I'm saying. When you black, motherfucker. And he was talking about, you know, they're more than likely to be arrested, trying to basically froth up the fact that all these LGBTs are on the street and all that. The actual stats say 40% of the homeless population in America is LGBT, okay? And another fact that can go right alongside that is 40% of homeless people are also black people, okay? So we got a 40-40 split between the two, both of them 40. So LGBT should have more happiness shown to them by the cops and more lenience shown to them by the cops when they get ran up on by the cops and ran down on by the cops by virtue of being LGBT on the street, while the percentages are the same. You LGBT people don't got no spokespeople if you black. You don't got no spokespeople that's going to be kicking this type of shit to y'all. I do this because I care about black people. But I see y'all in the mix and y'all kind of like on the fence, and it's like, motherfucker, pick a side in this. And y'all better go hard for the real side, or else it's like, you put us in a bind. I mean, you really put us in a bind when you try to weigh in and try to hide behind these other little gangs and shit, when this really the only gang you need to give a fuck about for real, to the death. You understand? That's all I'm saying. Let's put that shit together. Biden was also on some shit. He was like, oh, your gender identity is what you say it is. Your identity is whatever you say it is. We want, this motherfucker say, I want to pass legislation to where the OBGYNs will allow trans people and shit. Like if you trans, you should get OBGYN care. I don't know whether he slipped up and said it. He meant to say it, but he didn't go into detail. But he was like, look, if you OBGYN, if you need OBGYN care and you trans, you should get care. You should have it paid for. So just imagine that, ladies, while y'all sitting up in the stirrups and shit, y'all at the OBGYN and shit. You know what I'm saying? You might have a dude in the next room with his dick out talking about he need to get scraped and shit. You know what I'm saying? Leave it to motherfuckers like Joe Biden. You're going to have a dude sitting up in the stirrups with his dick hanging talking about, yeah, I just need you to scrape my pussy. The doctor going to be like, what? See, this shit is finna, they trying to make this shit proliferate. They going to have to change how they teach doctors. They got to change how they teach medical profession motherfuckers fucking around with this LGBT crap. Just watch how this shit wind up. I don't want y'all to sleep on this shit. Watch how this shit wind up. Chasing this type of shit, they got to change so much shit. It's going to look like some bullshit to the outsider looking at it. Like, man, what the fuck they got going on? So they giving dudes pap smears, dudes with dick hanging, pap smears. Wow. Wow. In my Flavor Flav voice. Wow. Right? Just understand that. That's the bullshit that's going on. He was talking about Planned Parenthood too. Like, yo, they should get, if you trans, you need Planned Parenthood. We'll pay for Planned Parenthood too. Obamacare, it covers Planned Parenthood. It's going to cover trans, surgeries, transgender surgeries. And it's going to be law when I'm president. He said, I'm going to make it law. That's what he said to have me trip. He said, I'm going to make it law when I'm president. Like, whoa. Oh, really? Really? Motherfucker talking about Planned Parenthood for trans motherfuckers. Think about how this shit is going to look. Think how they got to change doctor. Niche, you are a nurse, Miss Lady, from what you've explained to me. Niche, think about how crazy that shit is, right? You in the doctor profession, right? You got motherfuckers Man, that shit's insane, man. I can't even put it into words of where they trying to land this shit. All I know is that it's not gonna be liberating to the people to have to deal with this shit. Like, this is not. They trying to act like this LGBT shit is just liberating. Nah, it's gonna really put a lot of people in certain kind of binds and shit. You know what I mean? It's gonna put a lot of people in certain kind of moral binds and shit like that. I'll put it to you like this. There was a story that came out, I want to say Thursday. Story came out Thursday, so a few days ago, about a high school in Chicago called Palatine High School. And I just want you to think about the kind of leverage the Democrats have with kicking shit like Biden kicking, like OBGYN and all that shit, like all this shit for transgender people. I want you to think about the kind of leverage that motherfuckers really got. I want to take it to a street level so I can see what's happening on the street for real, right? Some motherfuckers talking about they're pushing to allow self-identified transgender boys at a high school, or adolescents, I guess is the word to use, to be able to change in the girls' locker room and vice versa. Okay? And it's actually the students that are pushing against this shit. Thank goodness for the students that are smart to be like, look, man, hell nah. The girls is like, man, we don't want no dude in the bathroom where we at, changing in this changing room where we at. We don't want no man in there. There's got to be some sort of level of privacy, some sort of, we understand y'all going through what y'all go through, but motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Just put that shit together. And Illinois, if y'all didn't know, it's a Democratic state, one of the most Democratic states in the United States. And you got people on the ground talking about, fuck that shit y'all talking about with that transgender shit. Fuck that shit y'all talking about with letting boys sit up who ain't had no operation. They not old enough to have no operation like that. Walking up in the girls' changing room talking about, well, I'm finna go in and change. I feel like a girl today. 18-year-old motherfucking dude changing in the girls' locker room around a 14-year-old, 15-year-old girl. Put that shit together, man. What the fuck that sound like? You understand? So, the Democrats, right now we're talking about Biden right now, but the Democrats, I mean, they got a big battle to fight while they trying to roll out the unbridled red carpet for LGBT people. They're going to have to adhere to some boundaries of straight people, is what I'm saying. They are going to come up against the boundaries of straight people, no matter how you slice this shit. No pun intended. No matter how you slice they shit, you know what I'm saying? They're going to come up against the boundaries of straight people. This shit ain't over. This shit is an ongoing thing. I need y'all to have a scope on it. Okay, so just put that together. Who else they had? They had the boy Cory Booker. He came out. Did I say Cory Booker? I hope I mentioned his name. Cory Booker, he was one of the little speakers at the shit. He came out. They had his little speaker. He was a flamboyantly gay motherfucker. He came out. And Cory came out. He picks the dude up and hugs him and picking him up and kind of like almost hunching him on stage. And he starts flirting with him and shit. Like, he got off to a real homosexual start, Cory Booker. It was so bad that the gay dude was like, man, look, man, I'm about to tell Rosario about this, man. What's up? Like, you know, he wasn't saying it like that, but he brought it up like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, Rosario probably watching, man. You kind of doing, he had to kind of bring him down a couple times. Like, look, man, you kind of doing too much. Cory Booker, all right? Just to let y'all know, man. Cory motherfucking Booker, homie. But he was talking about, oh, when I became mayor of Newark in 2006, I raised the American flag and then I raised the LGBT flag. This is the shit he was on. Again, still, no mention of Ed Buck. Just keep notes, my black LGBT people that's watching me. Keep notes of this type of shit. Motherfucker talking about he want a comprehensive LGBT agenda though. Starting on day one, he want a comprehensive LGBT agenda though. No mention of black folk getting assailed and assaulted and all this other shit by other groups. You see how They'll brush it under the rug if it's, there's been cases where black LGBT or trans people have been assaulted by black people, and they'll blast that shit all over the motherfucking news. Y'all seen that? They'll put that shit all over the motherfucking news. But if it's some other group, like these Arab motherfuckers slapping on sisters, you see the motherfucker at the end, he cocked back and tried to swing on one of them hard. It's crickets. It's motherfucking crickets, man. It's crickets. So you see what they're trying to do. They're trying to, again, touch that agenda of black people are the most violent towards LGBT community. You don't hear that type of shit being said about these Arab dudes, but on my channel, we gonna say it. Y'all are ranked amongst those that are violently anti-LGBT. That's y'all. Y'all are up there with the white supremacists that we see globally, who also are virulently motherfucking anti-LGBT. It's y'all motherfucking asses. Don't try to put that shit on black people. You'll hear it when you come to my channel. I'm gonna tell motherfuckers this if you bring your tail to my channel. Alright? But he's pushing also this anti-lynching bill shit. He called himself I'm the woke president. Yeah. He's like, yo, I'm the woke president. And they started clapping and hollering, using black swag to try to sell their bullshit, try to sell the LGBT shit. We've seen it. So again, black LGBT, they using our swag over here. The shit that we make up in the street, they using it in their little bullshit, the shit we done created. And they gonna try to run bases with it. Just watch. But they ain't mention your black ass, your black LGBT behind. Peep it out. Peep the shit the fuck out. You know what I mean? Yeah. Word up. Jalen Fox say, that's sick. OPGYN boy, 6'5" man like Magic Son. Terrible. Yeah, real life. Real the fuck life. Another question they asked him, this gay dude asked Corey was like, man, are you going to end these draconian laws against gay people for lying about their age status? Like them lying about their age status. That's something that's, in certain places, like I know in California, for instance, that's one of the states, and I'm guessing maybe in some other states, you can lie about your age status or don't disclose it or whatever, and it's not criminal or whatever, some shit like that. They got it going on in a few places. And he was like, yeah, we're gonna end those laws against gay people lying about age. He said he would. He said he would do that. This is Cory Booker, right? And of course, just the usual basic shit, his main topic and his main talking points was about LGBT people getting health insurance, basically, and health insurance prep against their diseases and stuff like that. Because they got mad diseases in that community. The LGBT community is a mad diseased ass group, man. Let's not lie and pretend. Like, I done looked through the CDC's shit, like, recently. Come on, man. Let's not even pretend. This is what they got going on, man. It's shaky ground when it comes to dis-ease of people's bodies over there. I just want to say, man, this one thing that I noticed, man, this whole thing was just one big ass pep rally. It's kind of like it was teaching the crowd, and which was largely LGBT, kind of teaching motherfuckers how to be hype about themselves. I know that sounds weird, like, what? That motherfucker, you either hype about your cause or you not. Like, because they started off the whole shit clapping loud, but as the shit went on, they were like, yeah, motherfucker, like, what's that about, right? They had some gay nigga up there. It was a dude, black dude. We had some gay nigga up there talking about, now look, you guys, we gotta be loud. We gotta be proud. Come on, everybody, clap, everybody. Come on, clap, everybody, over and over again, right? Like what kind of, I'm laughing, like, what kind of motivation dependent ass group is this, man? Like, come on, man. Like, what fire at? Y'all really on fire out there? Y'all really on fire? Y'all really hot? Y'all really hot to block? Really though? Really? I'm laughing at the shit, right? Just in my mind, like, what the fuck is this shit, man? Brought Kamala ass out there. she's sitting up talking about, oh, she's gonna pass the Equality Act, of course. She was like, oh, we're gonna end AIDS in my term or whatever. As the first woman president, I'm gonna end AIDS. First woman president gonna end AIDS. I'm like, all right. She's talking about I'm gonna pass the PrEP Act. I've tried to find what the PrEP Act was. I've seen several PrEP Acts. I'm assuming it's this PrEP Act that was passed like during the Bush era, talking about if the government ever declares some sort of, national health crisis or national epidemic or some shit like that, that vaccine makers won't have to bear all the financial burden. They're going to just basically dump a bunch of money, or they keep a bag for that type of shit so they don't have to handle all the burden of generating vaccines and going through all this shit and storing the vaccines and all this type of shit. That's what I gather from the PrEP Act, called PrEP A, PREP, and then A is how they lay out the little acronym for it or whatever. So I'm thinking that's the PrEP Act. I haven't heard any other kind of PrEP Act. Maybe y'all can enlighten me, but that's what I'm thinking. But they've had other reissues of the act since then. So maybe it's been tabled and they're like, okay, we need to pass it again. Maybe that's what's happening. I don't know. But she was also kicking that shit like, yo, one of the person who was asking her question, she was like, look, when you were Attorney General out in Cali, you denied prison inmates gender assignment changing surgeries. All right? What can you say that makes us believe you're going to be committed to us? And that type of shit, right? E-Pro Fox says, shout out Mugabe. Yeah, Mugabe spit real shit on his occasions. He wasn't down for letting white people meddle into his country's affairs. I fuck with Mugabe on that aspect. Karen Gibson says, no, they fight for black men. Okay. Zaire say, Bear built Simone Sanders coaching Joe Biden on black slang. Yeah, man. These motherfuckers is doing with politicians. I believe that. I think motherfuckers is doing with politicians and a lot of different outlets, like what they do with these big ass food chains, your Burger Kings and your Whataburgers and your car companies and your this and your that. You know what I mean? Pilfering from black intellect. But we don't get no credit. It's just them. They act like they so cool and hip without giving no black people credit. No black marketing firm is orchestrating this shit. They just go on Twitter and find some black slang, and they go find somebody, some black hire. They'll hire some black coon that's willing to sit quiet about the shit. I wish they would hire me on some company and they taking my slang, taking my community slang, taking the shit that we say. Motherfucker, I'm gonna make it known. I'm gonna have another platform on the side where I'm like, look, yeah, this little campaign, they jacked it from my hood, nigga. This street right here, nigga, where we thought of this shit. Fuck them motherfuckers. We thought of it, not them. We did it, not them. I would find a way to make it be known that this ain't how Whataburger talk. This ain't how motherfucking Chick-fil-A talk. This ain't how whatever the fuck, how they kick they shit, motherfucker. I'll let that shit be known. But anyway, they was like, look, Kamala, you denied these gender changing surgeries for inmates while you was Attorney General. What you think about that now? You finna keep that type of attitude? So they trying to go through the prison system, changing motherfuckers' genders, right? So she's like, oh, well, I turned down that request to deny that those surgeries to those people. I turned down that request, and I've done all this and none of that. So it's one of those, deflection things, one of those deflection terms where they, somebody, it's a politician technique. A motherfucker asks you a question, you acknowledge the question, then you divert to another question, like change the topic, and then make a talking point or make a new talking point altogether. She was on that shit the whole time. They call it ABC in the political world, right? She was doing that. But she went into the whole thing. Oh, I ended the gay panic defense and all of that shit. I talked about that on my Twitter before. Check me out on Twitter at PStillDGAF. P Still Don't Give a Fuck on Twitter. Check me out. I went in on that aspect of her campaign. And, you know, she was on that shit. So we already know what she's on. She's on some trans supporting. She's on this anti-lynching bill. Y'all know what her platform is, right? So that's pretty much what I wanted to get at out of all of what we talked about. Understand, if you black and LGBT and you in the mix, motherfucker, don't nobody love y'all. Y'all only hand of help come from us. They spend a whole night. They spend a whole night not giving a fuck about y'all. Not bringing up not one black victim of white supremacist violence, of other group violence against black LGBT. Nothing exclusive to black people. You see how this shit spin. That's what they do. And another thing, I wanted to get on this. I sent a tweet, who hit me with this tweet? Niche Penda hit me with this tweet a few days ago. Shout out to Niche Penda. She's one of our mods if she's still in the chat. What up, Niche? Good looking at on this. There was an interview, and I'm sure a lot of y'all might have seen it, with Malik Yoba or heard it. It was Malik Yoba and Judge Joe Brown. He's Judge Joe Brown. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, even the person who posted the interview and the station that it was on, she's a sister, I forget her name, but she was like, man, you know, she was kind of questioning, is Malik Yoba being authentic, or is he just trying to push an agenda and exploit LGBT people? Which is what we all are starting to realize a lot of these people are doing. They're just basically pushing the agenda for the purpose of exploiting LGBT to whatever end they can do, whatever end they can get. All right? That's what's happening. Malik Yoba trying to stop getting these pedophile trans charges put on his back. So he going to try to push LGBT and exploit y'all like that. My black LGBT, so y'all can know. Right? But in this particular little back and forth, right, he didn't really last long on the call with Judge Joe Brown, man. Judge Joe Brown was just trying to get some shit clear. Like, man, hold up, man. So you sitting up saying, you know, when you was 16, you was feeling like you was transgender, or you was fucking around with the transgender. What was up? He was trying to get it some point like that clear, right? Because Malik Yoba was talking about, you know, how he, you know, he likes men. You know what I mean? This is the motherfucker that say he's not gay, but he like women with breasts and penises. Put that shit together. Fucker. Right? But Judge Joe Brown was trying to, you know, as he was kind of explaining his little life story or whatever, Judge was trying to get it clear. Like, hold up, man, he's saying like when you was 16, you was going through this type of shit, you was feeling this kind of way. What was happening? Like, what? Then he got all screwed up about it. He got his ass in a screw about this shit. He's like, oh, well, that's what you say. That's what you say. Because you're one of those people, you're going to take it, you're going to say how you're going to say it, and you're going to, so it's like, nah, man, I'm just trying to hear what you say. I'm taking what you say, I'm filtering it through what I understand, and I'm kicking it back to you to make sure the shit clear, man. Simple shit. He's just all emotional, went off the rails, went off the handle, hung up the car, that type of shit, laughing at the motherfucker, man. So I did a tweet in response to that aspect of it. After I watched the whole thing or listened to the whole thing, I did a tweet and I was like, man, motherfuckers act like LGBT is just the crisis of the universe, and they just going through, they got the sob story of the universe as a group. Because he was touching on like assaults and violence against LGBT. I guess this kind of rounds out the point of the whole video. I'm talking about violence against LGBT. He's running with this violence and assault against LGBT people like that's just the goddamn sob story of the century. But this is going to be a scope that I need for my black LGBT to put this shit in. Think of it like this. Peep the shit like this, right? Like, until LGBT people have a prison pipeline, got a school to prison pipeline. That's how I put it in the tweet. Until LGBT people got a school to prison pipeline with their name on it that's specifically made for their group, I don't want to hear shit. I'm deaf ears about all the shit that y'all got to really talk about. You understand? We got a whole different set of issues that we dealing with compared to y'all. You understand? We got a school to prison pipeline that our children have to deal with. Gay children get protection in school. Gay children get their name and their whole history written in the history books. Factually. Their history is being taught in history books. We get Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks for 2 paragraphs, but we don't get the real shit. We don't get the meat, I should say, of what we bout. Y'all already getting a lot of shit. Y'all already getting enough good treatment. To act like y'all shit is a sob story of the century, I'm not buying it. That's what I need y'all to take away from this whole thing. They shit ain't the sob story of the century. You know what I mean? And when the sob story do come up, we got to be the ones riding. Not even their own will ride for them. I need y'all to see this shit. That's the reason why I put this video up today. The reason why I showed this shit in the beginning. Black kids, it's black kids that get hit with that oppositional defiance disorder. It's black boys that disproportionately get hit with that oppositional defiance disorder, get diagnosed, misdiagnosed under that, so they can funnel them in through special ed and all of this shit. Gay kids, or whatever y'all want to call it, LGBT, y'all don't have that hurdle in y'all life. Y'all don't have a system that's set against y'all like that. So y'all's issues are not shit to me. I'm going to keep saying it. Y'all shit really ain't shit to me. Especially not when we out here riding for y'all. And y'all got y'all little issues, but we out here riding and y'all own side don't even ride because y'all don't got no riders. Y'all don't got no men out there riding on y'all side. We talked about motherfucking undermined motherfucking masculinity side of the gay community. Where y'all gay soldiers at? Where y'all gay motherfuckers that ride? Where y'all gay Tyrone Muhammad's? Not to even make that comparison, brother Tyrone Muhammad. You understand what I'm saying, brother? Like, where's y'all gay motherfuckers willing to break down a building? On the account of a sister getting abused in there. On account of an LGBT sister getting abused in there. On the account of anybody black getting assaulted or abused. Put that shit together, man. Y'all shit is in shambles over there. So don't be coming over here to where we at talking about we need to be this and we need to vote for people that give a fuck about y'all like that. Nah, man, y'all really on y'all own. If y'all really want to put that shit together. Until y'all face what we going through head on, until y'all face what black people going on, until we all face what black people got going on head to fuck on, I'm largely deaf ears to y'all's problems. I just want that to be in the clear. Now, when shit like what happened to the sisters that we saw happens here in our communities, like I said, this was a black community, we gonna put a hand on deck. We ain't gonna sleep. We ain't gonna just, you know what I mean? We gonna still put a hand on deck or 2 hands on deck. All right, but just don't spend the rest of the year ignoring the fact that the front line of black society is us, and that we are the ones helping y'all's issues out, LGBT. That was a community effort. It wasn't just LGBT that helped shut that store down. That's what I'm saying, that gas station. LGBT is a minority in the world and in the black community as well. You're a minority group. So the heavy lifting is going to be on us. Okay, so if the onus is going to be on us, y'all motherfuckers better start respecting some terms and some other this and that and start crusading against the motherfuckers that we point out is the greater threat to what we got going on as a black experience. Don't try to play us. It's what I'm trying to get at. If we're going to be coming to y'all rescue, y'all got to fight white supremacy on the LGBT front too. God damn it, y'all got to fight motherfuckers like your Malik Yobels on y'all front too. Y'all gotta fight your Trey Melvins, your Ed Bucks. Stop playing. Help us the fuck out. Right? Y'all see what we'll do for y'all. Y'all see what we do for y'all. So reciprocate that shit. Don't do like white supremacist society and these immigrants and these dreamers and all these other motherfuckers. We don't want to feel that way about y'all neither. We don't want to feel the way that we feel about them, about y'all. We want to keep this shit on level with y'all. It's my word to the black LGBT. You know what I mean? Just put that shit together. Motherfucker. Karen Gibson say everybody want to be a lion, so it's time to do lion shit. Word. The Bussy Avenger. Zaire talking about the Bussy Avenger. Black Man in all three. Do you mean that Ryan White kid from back in the day? What question? What was that referring to? Black Man in all three. What's the context of that, bro? I've been talking, bro. That's a fact. Ain't no prison pipeline for the Bussy Brigade, says Zaire. It's the brother Zaire in the chat and shit. So I just want y'all to put those things together. On my channel, we keep up a certain cognizance. I'm going to try to get on probably a little later today. I'm going to drop about a couple more videos today if I can. If I can. But anyway, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you know when I'm dropping. Don't forget to check out my Teespring. It's full of these things. Check out all them classics, you understand? Keeping them shits in stock. Let me get it, y'all.